Okay, welcome everyone to this new iteration of an old podcast called If You Condone This Shit, They're Gonna Own Your Shit. And, and I'm here with my co-host, the one and only super popular Kenny Crosley. You've seen him on. Go ahead, Kenny. Say
What's up with
something. Hey, Kenny's been on the Storage Wars. This guy is like a Jamaican worker. He got like 25 jobs. So, if you want to get anything from Kenny, if you want to build a house, Kenny can build a house for you. If you want to have some sweet, tasty pralines, he sells them. Kenny is a man that never sleeps. He works 24/7. Unlike me, I am a three-toed sloth and loving it. So,
you tell him,
so, in fact, I don't want to stay too close to Kenny because I think that working disease might get on me.
Yeah, he might rub off on you.
Might rub off on me, and I can't have that shit. Okay, so Kenny, this is we're going to talk about popular subjects, but mostly politics. The reason why I call my podcast, If You Condone This Shit, They're going to Own Your Shit, is because, we as a society, we take a lot of shit from a lot of people. And we let a lot of people get away with a lot of shit. And that becomes a problem. What do you think about that statement, Kenny?
It seems like it's getting out of hand. That's the reason why they do what they do, because ain't nobody saying nothing about it,
That's right. I used to have a boss, and he told me if you condone it, you got to own it. That means take responsibility for the people you let get away with shit.
Yep.
Okay. But there's a lot of people out here in the world don't want to take responsibility for the shit they've done,
But they want to keep giving it.
Yeah, they want to be in an exclusive world where they shit don't stink, and they want you to smell it. So, anyway, we're gonna get right to it, Kenny. Give me your impressions. Donald Trump being indicted in Georgia. Put it out there, buddy.
I think it's all, bullshit me. I think it's part of a cover-up.
Cover-up?
No, it's not really a cover-up, but I think it's a distraction for something,
Okay. You don't think he committed those crimes, Kenny?
He probably committed it, but shit, it can't be no worse than what the rest of them doing.
Oh, come on. Kenny, don't come up here and tell me all these. You don't see there's a difference between criminality and just being incompetent or fucked up. But this guy is a criminal, been a criminal all his fucking life. Come on.
All of them criminals to me, bro. I mean, them in the Congress are all criminals, dude.
They may very well be. But what I'm saying is that I'm going to say, okay, I've been involved in politics. I've voted for Republican and Democrat alike. Okay, I'm going to tell it to you straight. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, this group of fucking guys that was in the last White House was the most corrupt fucking people I have ever seen. Now, if you telling me that you couldn't see that and you think they're all the same, come on, Kenny.
I think that they all the same. Let me tell you something. If you check every one of them, somebody is in their pocket, bro.
I'm not talking about conflict of interest. Everybody's got a conflict of interest. I have conflict of interest there, my brother. But there's a difference in a conflict of interest and being self-serving and corrupt and being a criminal, isn't there?
Yep. Yeah, there's a big difference in it. But so the thing with Biden, what you think going on with Biden? You think with all the laptop controversy and getting money from foreign countries, you think that's...
Well, here's the deal with that. Is Biden being indicted?
Not yet.
Oh, he ain't going to be. Well, here's the deal. This man's been in public office for almost 50 years, okay? And if you've been in public office for 50 years, either you're a lucky motherfucker, okay? Or one of the things is you are not as corrupt as the rest of them. Now, I didn't, if it was, they were asking me, I probably wouldn't have picked Joe Biden. But I'm going to tell you, from what I see of what he's trying to do out there, I think that he's doing a decent job. Now, you can say, you know, all this stuff about his son don't work in the White House, right? His son ain't working for nobody but his own action. Now, I've got brothers and sisters. I've got family members. I'm not responsible for the shit they do, am I?
Yeah.
Am I responsible for shit that somebody in my family do?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not. So is Joe Biden responsible for his son? And now if his son goes to another country and say, hey, my dad is the vice president, you know, and I got a connection with it. Well, that's him talking about it. But that's not Joe Biden saying shit about it, right?
Yep, you got a point right there.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying. I don't. You don't have to agree with it. Hey, and I would prefer if you didn't agree. If you don't agree, hey, fess up and tell me I'm wrong. You know, put some clarity in my head. But I'm going to tell you that I can tell you one thing, that Jared Kushner was working in the White House, wasn't getting paid, but he left out of there with $2 billion from the Saudi Arabia Wealth Fund, the start of fucking retirement fund for the Saudis, and ain't got no fucking experience in doing that. Now, so what's the biggest crime there? You're going to tell me that even if everything they say is they're talking about Joe Biden's son, okay, everything is true. He got like $3 or $4 million, right? And they're worried about, oh, they got hundreds of millions of dollars. Nobody's came up with shit. There's no evidence of it. There's nothing going down. They just say it, okay? Because some of these people, I'm going to tell you straight here, right now, some of these people, because they believe it, they want you to believe it. Now, I've talked on this podcast many a times there, Kenny, and I call this particular technique the white guy mind trick, okay?
What'd you call it?
The white guy mind trick. No, it's kind of like the Jedi mind trick. You ever seen that Star Wars where Obi-Wan Kenobi is sitting in a fucking there are no speeders and stormtroopers stop him, and they said these looks like the droids, and he goes, waves his hand, he says, these are not the droids you're looking for, and they say, yes, these are not the droids we're looking for. Well, that's kind of like what the white guy mind trick is. They tell you, because they say something with conviction, and they say it with a lot of bravado. Oh, yeah, Hunter Biden's been stealing money, and we're going to find it. And then they ask them a specific question. They say, well, what about Jared Kushner? What about all these other people that's got money? What are you going to do about them? We'll get around to that. Well, $2 billion versus, even if he had $100 million, there's a difference in the crime here. One guy worked in the White House, and the other guy never worked in the White House. It's only related by blood. So, like I said, it's the white guy mind trick. You know, they tell you, oh, you got to be outraged for this. Well, why do you have to be outraged for this? Why? Go ahead. Tell me what you think about that.
Kushner, you haven't heard from him since he left the White House, huh?
Oh, hey, if I had billions of dollars that I can invest and do the fuck what I want to, shit, you wouldn't hear from me. In fact, I would have been on a plane that has no extradition to the United States. I would have been on that plane the next day, because maybe maybe somebody might wake up and find out what the fuck I did and put my ass in jail. See, he could be sitting in Dubai on one of these high-rise apartments, him and his wife sipping mimosas for the next 50 years, and ain't nobody going to extradite him there, you know? So he may not get a Playboy magazine, but he'll still be able to sit there and be free, and his kids could go to private schools all over the country because they ain't going to go after his kids. But anyway, that's what I'm saying, you know? So,
yeah.
So tell me, there's got to be a difference in your mind, man. Don't see the white guy mind trick. They want you to believe all these motherfuckers are corrupt. Okay? All these all of them. I had a friend, you know, he's a Republican, and, you know, I can be friends with Republicans for a little while, but he told me, he says, hey, ain't a dime's worth of difference in the rest of in any of them. I said, hold on here. Let me see here. So I have to sit here and ask myself, is that true? Let me count the ways. Hold on. There's one party that says, fuck you guys. You don't need health insurance. They're not. Donald Trump said he's going to have Trump care. Is there any Trump care? Donald Trump says he's going to lower your drug price. Did he do it? Donald Trump says he's going to bring all these jobs to America. You know who brought more jobs to America than any other president in the last 50-year history of the United States? You know who that guy is? Joe Biden. Huh? Look it up. Joe Biden has brought more jobs to the United States than any other president in the last 50 years, Democrat and Republican. You know, you don't have to listen to me. Just look it up. The Google machine will tell you everything you need to know. And guess what? The unemployment rate is the lowest it's been in 50 years. It's 3% fucking unemployment, man. Come on. And you're going to tell me there's no difference between the two? There's no difference between how can those two ideas, that idea exist in the real world? See? If you're not suffering from the white guy mind trip.
Scary, you got one. You got one on the scary.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. We could talk about all the things, but I think here's the thing. You know, we got a whole bunch of people go to jail for bullshit shit. You know, guy driving down the street the wrong way or fucking forgot something, didn't bring his driver's license, and that motherfucker sits in jail for like 15 days because he can't get nobody to bail his sorry ass out. You know? Okay. This fucker goes to fucking jail for 20 minutes and he's fucking out. You know how long have you ever been in jail, Kenny? Oh, you worked in a jail.
Yeah,
you worked in a jail. Shit.
Yeah.
You don't mind me telling the folks that, do you?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So, how long did it take for you to book a motherfucker?
Shit, it don't take you that long. But the book them, probably be about an hour.
Oh, okay. Not 20 minutes.
And
then what did you have to do? Didn't you have to wait your fucking turn to get booked?
First, you got to go see the magistrate. No, first you got to strip them down.
Yeah.
Then make sure they ain't got no weapons, ain't carrying nothing fucking shit. And then they got to go to magistrate court and all.
Oh, do you think they took Donald Trump's down to his balls and ass and looked in his ass to see if he's got anything up his ass?
If they did, they probably seen red hair.
But let me say this. Then the motherfucker comes out and says that he's 215 pounds and 6'3". 215 pounds and got a waist about 52 inches. Okay. Come on, Kenny. You believe that shit? Huh? So
No.
he gets to go to now I've been in jail before, Kenny. I'm gonna tell you, I've been in jail, and I've had
For
them.
real?
I've had these motherfuckers cough and tell me to cough, and they got my ass open looking.
Yeah.
Okay, cough.
That's
So
the process.
so shit would drop out your ass. You know.
Yeah. Turn your head and cough.
Yeah, turn your head and cough. And let me while I'm overspreading your cheeks. These motherfuckers looking through your hair, looking through your ears, all this shit. So I know he wasn't true. And they talk about the two-tier justice system. Yeah, there's a two-tier justice system there, Kenny. The two tiers is he let these they gave him a booking photo for the first time. The fucker's been indicted 3 other times. And
So what's the total amount of indictments he have now?
this is the 4th indictment, man.
This is crazy, bro.
Yeah, this fucker. So, or is it the 3rd indictment? Oh, maybe it's the 3rd time. I might be. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think it's either the 3rd or the 4th. But see, just one is good enough. I told you I went to jail for some shit I didn't do. You know how long they told me they kept me in jail for a long time before I got out. So
I mean, days you was in there?
I was in there for 3 months, man.
Get
Shit.
the
Fuck out of here. Yeah. So when you tell me some motherfucker goes to commits 96 felonies, alleged felonies, and that motherfucker comes out in 20 minutes, something's wrong, Kenny. Something's wrong. So there you go.
somebody Sesame Street fucked up, huh?
Yeah. So, and then they gonna tell that white guy mind trick. Oh yeah, well they treated him horrible. You know, that's kind of like the story he tells. He said, "I'm the most attacked person in the United States. Everybody's attacking me. You know, it's Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy. He's got everything." Everybody's on him. Everybody's attacking him. He lived his whole fucking life with a silver spoon in his mouth. He committed crime after crime in New York because his daddy and his political influence and connections, he never got charged with nothing. You know, he raped a woman, played with her while it was in the dressing room. He lost money on that shit. You know, people said, hey, yeah, judge already said that's rape. But the jury didn't find that. But the judge says that's rape. So, you know, this guy's gotten away with shit after shit. And then he goes to jail. And then he comes out and plays the white guy mind trick. Oh, the whole world's against poor me, Donald Trump. But see, he don't frame it like that. He's now the new Obi-Wan Kenobi. He comes up and says this. He says, they're attacking me, but they'll attack you. You or me, we're the same. Now, let me kind of take a thought, you know, a little stroll down into my logic zone and tell me, say, some fucking guy in Appalachia sitting on his porch chewing tobacco and got a Trump sign in his name. You're the same, see, because you fuck up. I'll bet your ass ain't going to be out in 20 minutes.
Hell no.
I'll bet you if you went to fucking Donald Trump had a flat tire, the motherfucker, and you helped him change his tire, I bet you that motherfucker wouldn't even shake your hand. Okay? So how you and him are the same people. You know, the only thing that they have in common is their racial hatred. They hate the same people, you know. So they love white supremacy. They love saying, "Oh, you know, we ain't gonna be in charge." You know, I watched this documentary years ago. And there was a guy from Appalachia, as a matter of fact, and he was sitting on the porch, and he was explaining the difference between the parties. And I thought, oh, this old fool don't know shit. But, you know, that old man told a pretty telling truth. He says the blacks got the Democrats, they look out for their interests, and the whites got the Republicans because they looking out for us. Well, they're not really looking out for you, but they're using your hatred to manipulate you into doing everything they want. See? Okay, because you think that your ass is on insulin, and they tell you, well, we're not going to give you $30 insulin or $20 insulin because that will make the insulin company go out of business. They're going to go out of business because they can't charge you these wild ass prices, you know?
Yeah.
So they're telling this guy who's probably living on Social Security and something's getting probably $1,200 a month, and he's got to go pay $400 a month for insulin. Now he's got mortgage, he's got food, he's got his television, he got a car, got some insurance. So, but the fucking people that's paying those Republicans are farmers. The people that have a palace down in Washington. You ever been to Farmer's office in Washington, D.C.?
No.
Oh, you should go. It's like a palace, man. You go down there, they got marble floors, beautiful thing. Do you know they have, Farmer has two fucking, what do they call them things? The guy goes down there and talks into your fucking congressman's ear. A lobbyist, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
they got
lobbyist.
2 lobbyists for every member of Washington, every member of Congress in Washington.
Trying to get their thing passed.
That's right, because they ain't gonna let you pass shit. If you wanna raise, make drug prices cheaper, no, we got a system here. You go to a fucking another country. Whenever you get your chance to go to Thailand, go there. If you're on any drugs, go down to a pharmacy and go buy some drugs, and your hair is going to start curling when you go down there and say, what the fuck? Why is this drug so cheap? Because the people in charge of that country care for the people that are in the country. They're not selling their asses out, okay? They're not saying, oh, business is the God, the mighty, the truth. See, business works for us. But anyway, that's
so
good.
Would you say there's a lot of greed in America?
Oh, fuck me. Greed is they say God and country. No, it's greed and country, because greed is the God, isn't it? Dollar bill is the God. Dollar bill is the one that talks, and all the other bullshit walks. Huh?
Yeah.
So greed is the thing. They built this country on greed, If you wasn't a greedy motherfucker, you wouldn't have brought slaves over here to work your plantations and shit. You would have hired people and say, hey, let me bring you over there, set you up on the house and everything. But no, they thought of a freebie. He said, oh, let me see here. I can work somebody to death and get everything out of them and make sure that I keep them illiterate and ignorant, and they'll never run away, They'll never, I could go on this, but hey, this is good enough for a first episode. What do you think there, Kenny? You think we can pull this shit off?
Yeah, you funny, bro. Yeah, that shit funny. But you speaking facts, though.
Well,
yeah, I ain't never heard that where to go, bro. Funny, bro.
Hey, I don't, and remember, Scallywag.
Yeah, yeah. Scallywag is all the mission. He gonna open up some doors that y'all wish he didn't.
Yeah. Well, here in this podcast, Kenny, what I say, it says, I don't tell you what to think. I tell you what to think about.
Yeah.
I plant the seeds in your mind, and you don't have to listen to me. You know what you have to do? You can go to the Google machine and say, and look it up and say, Scallywag is a lying motherfucker. Or the Scallywag is telling some deep ass truth,
Yeah.
So that's what I like to do. I like to impart a little truth, a little bit of knowledge. There's so much out there, man. There's so much stuff that people need to unlearn They need to cleanse their mind of this bullshit they're pumping out there, because what is that in there? You ever heard that song, "Waiting for the World to Change"?
Yeah.
Okay, isn't there a verse in that song when they say, when you own the information, you can tell it how you want?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that's what they're doing. They own the information, and they get to tell the story.
And they just flip the script on you anytime.
That's right.
They make it come out their way, you know what I mean?
That's right. See, it's the white guy mind trick,
Just like Columbus.
Yeah.
Columbus discovered this shit.
Well, no, how can you discover some place that they got people at? When you pull up, well, if I pull up at your house, I say, "Hey, this is a nice house. I haven't seen this house before." And I'm going to knock on your door and I say, "Hey, I discovered this. You don't mind if I move in, do you?"
Want me to tell you how they contradict themselves?
Okay.
They said that he discovered it, right?
Yeah.
But in the book, they said that he offered Thanksgiving for peace, right?
Yeah.
So what he was doing, giving peace to himself?
No. Hey, the story of Thanksgiving is another one of these corrupt bullshit mind tricks. These motherfuckers was starving, and the Indians felt sorry for him and fed him. Now, see, if I was them, you ever seen the movie Shogun?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see you remember the first fucking couple of minutes of Shogun? The Europeans had ships crash on the shore, and the fucking Japanese didn't go up there and talk to them. They knew they were invaders. You know what they did? They slaughtered those motherfuckers right on the beach. They cut them down right when you land. They wasn't going to enter into any fucking negotiations with these motherfuckers. They knew exactly who they was, and they slaughtered their ass on the beach, except for the Shogun guy. So, and that was their big mistake. They let one in. It's like a cockroach. You let one in, and they fucking they fuck up everything. So, but what I'm trying to say, and hey, I'm not. And I want you to understand, my brother, you've been knowing me for all your life, right?
Yeah.
You ever heard me utter a racist word?
Not a one.
Not a one. Okay. I tell it from the truth and only the truth. And I'm saying that, I heard Kamala Harris say the other day, about a year ago, he said, "Is America a racist country?" And she said, "No, America's not a racist country." And I said, "I know you got to say that, Kamala, because, hey, you don't want people to think that, but the truth is it is a racist country. And every fucking decision, every fucking law, every fucking piece of land that we have is all about racism and race. So if you don't come up with telling it the truth from the beginning, then you're playing the white guy mind trick. You're playing that game, and
it's all a game, bro. It's all a game.
It is. It's a game. You're in the media. And you understand that. You understand how if you make people believe a story, you tell the story over and over again, and then they start believing it. It's like a song. You say a song over and over again. You say the Pledge of Allegiance. I've had friends come over here and they say, well, I've got, what was it? Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, and he was not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance or the Star Spangled Banner, whatever the national anthem. That was it. He wasn't standing. You ever heard the racist verse of the Star Spangled Banner?
Yep, I heard.
Okay, well, so what I'm going to say, like Frederick Douglass once said, to the black man, what is the 4th of July? It wasn't the day of my independence. My independence came a long time after that. So it may be something for you to celebrate, but not for me. So So, but the white guy mind trick said, well, you got your freedom now, but you should be right with us. No, I don't have to be right with you. And I don't have to accept that what you're saying about, that I have to be patriotic. Aren't I allowed? I mean, you got away with enslaving and abusing black people for years. Aren't I allowed a couple of years to exercise my disgruntled feelings, to make myself feel a little bit better? I don't need to go whole hog into your patriotism. I have my own patriotism, because I would say this, and then we're going to end this. I said, I'm a true patriot. I joined the military. I believe in this country, believe it or not, Kenny. I believe in the United States on what it could be, not what it is. Mm-hmm. I think every black American believes what it is, should be, not what it is. You know, so we can't hang our hat on what it is, because there's too many races. You know, I used to think, Kenny, this is a secret between me and you, I used to think there was only like 10 or 15% racist. But Donald Trump showed me a different story. He showed me there's like 40, almost 50% of them out there, you know, and the vast majority of them are white. Now, we got some black races. That's all right.
Yeah.
You know, however you come to grips with your feelings of being abused, that's all right with me. I'd say black people have a more of what should I say, a bone to pick with white people than white people have with black people.
Yeah.
You know, and
so Scally, who you think is the front runner right now?
For what? The president? I get. You know what? I don't even. These guys. I would hope that what I'm seeing. I saw parts of that debate, the Republican debate, and I would hope that if that's the best that they have, that would scare me for my country, and because they sold all in to that white guy mind trick. Guys, that was, what's the guy, the Indian guy? What's the name? I can't even say his name. But anyway, I'll have it done by the next podcast. But he was going off and saying, hey, he was talking about all the things, and and I was thinking to myself, this guy must have lived a charm. He went to Harvard. He made billions of dollars from selling bullshit. He's a bullshit seller. He had people invest in, he was getting capital from other people when he got out of Harvard and made a big bunch of money. He's took the American dream. But let me tell you something about America. It ain't never going to stop looking at you for what's on the exterior. Ask Barack Obama about that. Ask him, do they ever stop looking at your exterior? Mm-hmm. He won the election, and that's great. But, they treated him with such disrespect that I couldn't imagine it. And I had friends who would tell me, "Oh, I'm so tired of Barack Obama speaking all the time." And I said, "Why? What's the problem? He's keeping you informed." "Oh, he doesn't have to speak all the time." I said, "Well, give me your reason." I said, "Now, if I were to tell you that I didn't want to didn't want to listen to George W. Bush, I could tell you, because I don't want to listen to somebody mumbling, or telling me stuff. What is, you can lead a horse to water, or you can do this, or you can do that. Don't even know the sayings. So I'm not going to try to be like him. But, and I voted for George W. Bush.
You did?
First time I voted for him, and I'm ashamed, but I did vote for him. So anyway, but
Kelly, ashamed. I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed. because I fell for the white guy mind trick. I fell. I understand. I'm a victim. I understand. I'm just like Trump. I'm a victim. I'm a victim of the white guy mind trick. You know?
Yeah.
So, anyway, this is not going to be how it's going to go, but you got me on a tirade. So, but hey, it was fun. I love your banner, man, and some of the things you came up with was really good. So
yeah.
So what I'm going to say right here, I'm going to put the end in here. So you think we're going to do this again, there, Kenny? You want to do it again?
Yes, sir, Skyler. Because then we'll get deep into it, bro. Let's get deep into it.
Yeah, we are. We're going to get into some shit. We're going to do a little history. We're going to do a little bit of facts. And people, like I said, if you don't like the shit I'm putting down, hate listen. You know, get up there and get mad at me and call me names and
send a message.
Yeah.
Send a message.
Yeah, but listen, because sometimes no man is completely worthless. He can always be used as a bad example. Wisdom of the scallywag.
Well said. Well said.
So, if you don't like what I'm saying, hate listen. I don't care. I don't give a shit. If you hate listen, hey, but if you have a cogent point you want to make and you want to put it in the podcast, we'll listen to your facts. And I hope you understand that if you set yourself up for abuse, I'm gonna pummel your ass with facts. Okay, because we don't work on feelings here. We work on history and fact. Okay, I feel that the whole world should buy a Coke and sing, but that don't mean shit to reality.
Damn, Scab, don't hit them too hard, bro.
Well, anyway, you've motivated me to continue this podcast series, Kenny, and I hope we can pull it off in the future. We'll try to do it every week, and we'll have a different topic, and it'll run just like this, because I think with your comedy genius, because in case you didn't know, Kenny is a comedy genius also. Now, I try to make you laugh, but I ain't got no comedy chops, you know.
But,
you got
it. That shit was funny, bro. You had me rolling.
Really?
But you had spit the facts. I said, man, this dude go, bro.
Well, hey, if I can make Kenny laugh, I think I'm on the right course. So
yeah, you got it, bro.
Okay. Until next week, Kenny, we're going to have to say, c'est la vie, and happy sales, and don't take any wooden nickels. And for all my Trump fans out there, cleanse yourself of the white guy mind trip.
Adios.
Adios.